Hey everybody, welcome back to Chansplaining. Okay, so I thought we'd begin this video with a couple comments. This is from Loisel. I'm gonna have to unsubscribe if they start bringing in YouTubers and influencers. Here's another comment. I hate having the YouTuber as a part of this because it takes away the reason I came here. I watch your videos to see real people, and I hope I don't see more YouTubers popping up in these videos. And this is from Stan Girl Groups. YouTubers and influencers are normal people too. Are they? A lot of people are saying, no, I come to Cut to watch these real people living their real authentic lives, not influencers. And I think I get what they're saying. Influencers, unlike, say, your friend that works at the barber shop or the person making your sandwich, influencers, unlike them, have a maybe more curated self-image, think a little bit more about how their words are used and circulate, and maybe are a little more camera ready, and maybe have a little more camera training, and maybe might be motivated to build their own audiences and brands. I think that's true. I did like that comment though that helps deconstruct it a little bit for us. That influencers are real people. To do the inverse procedure, that bus driver, that person making your sandwich, is not really being their authentic self to you when you see them because they're serving you. Or because actually any one person out there in the world has many different faces that they can show at any given time. The big vision behind the Cut channel is to put people in situations where they're forced to reveal the different faces that they hide within. And if we are doing our job, we should have influencers because you do see one face from them, and it's our labor and our challenge to kind of excavate the sides of them that you don't see. If we didn't do that, know that we're probably gonna think of new ways or weirder, more fucked up questions that we can ask these people. Because they are real people. We've hung out with them. They are complex, they are dynamic. So I think yeah, we should have more influencers on. At Cut, I think the thing we wanna do is celebrate that people are complicated and complex. So, all of this makes me think a little bit about the last few years at Cut and how we got from this one moment in 2014 where we were desperately calling our friends and family and neighbors and begging them to be in these internet videos to this point now where we have a casting call and 500 people sign up to be in a video. As a company that works in media grows and builds an audience and builds reach, we get in contact with different companies, agents and managers, and people are interested in also being on the channel, not only to promote themselves and their own products and their own brands, but just that we begin to circulate in this larger media apparatus that is more institutional, that does have people that come from TV and from movies and things like that. Again, I do think the challenge is for us to take these people that you think you know, or that you think you have an idea or an image about, and do their rich personality justice by trying to pull out the things you didn't see from them before, or the people that they could be. You know, in the classroom, I teach a book that's written by an ethnographer. It's called Not Getting Paid to Do What You Love. She talks about the way that this attention economy, the one that we live and work in, is a giant pyramid scheme. So if you think about it, it's like most people that are aspiring to be a beauty blogger or a food blogger or travel blogger or whatever, have their own YouTube celebrity, they are all here. They spend tons of money and time investing in their own channels and their own brands, editing, learning all these tools that will never pay off. They'll never get a return on their investment. But at the very top of that pyramid, what we see are a very visible minority of people that are making tons of money, are successful, are getting placed in sponsorships and things like that. And those people are turning a profit, but that tiny, tiny population is so small. And so it is, I think, important for us to think about the material conditions in which this economy operates. I think what's on the line for influencers when they appear on camera and then we see something different from them is that their audience has been trained in a kind of Pavlovian sense to expect certain behaviors from them. When you get to the top of that pyramid, the only place to go really is down. These people, often very young people, are human. They make mistakes. They say things that are maybe not perfectly okay to say, as we all do. Only the consequences are a lot greater for them because so many eyes are on them. I believe someone behind the camera just asked me if I would want to be an influencer. To that I would say, I don't think it has the allure I am a bit older than I think most of those people. I don't want to say my age, but I'm 32. On the one hand, I'm incredibly inspired by the tenacity, the sense of entrepreneurship, the creativity, and the hard work that people invest into making their dreams come true. I think the danger, though, is that many of us, especially young people, are kind of drawn to these venues because we desire a kind of validation. I think the danger, though, because we're on YouTube, is that no matter how many positive comments you get from your videos, it's that one really mean one that sticks out. And so ironically, we turn to fame because we hope that it gives us validation, but ultimately the more people that are looking at us, the more criticism we get. We can't create because we hope that people will give us that validation, because often all we'll get is criticism. Bet you didn't know this, but on YouTube, it's impossible to make money on advertising revenue alone. And a lot of our employees have like families and kids to feed. So we are in this predicament where we can't just make whatever we want all the time, because we do also have to pay the bills and turn the lights on. Occasionally we do take on sponsored work. And in fact, not occasionally, we often do. But my feeling about this, and like we're pretty strict about it with each other and with ourselves. We would never release a video that we wouldn't make on our own just to sponsor some brand or some company. We get briefs a lot from sponsors, and we'll take that as a creative problem. Ultimately, doing that, having that commitment to our brand and to our vision, helps us attract more sponsors because it creates a loyal audience that knows that they can turn to Cut and not be sold like some stupid fucking Victoria's Secret commercial. But by the way, Victoria's Secret, if you're out there, we will do something with you if you want. Anything else? Let's just read some comments now. Okay, this comment's from Meep Meep. My life seems 1,000 times more boring now than I already imagined it to be. I think this is from the video where it's like truth or drink threesome. Well, let me just say this, Meep Meep. I don't know you, but you probably are just as interesting as anybody that's having a threesome. I bet there's some weird freaky shit about you that we don't know. A lot of normal people have threesomes too. There's nothing crazy about that. One thing I hope that you all get from watching our videos is this idea that people that seem really wacky and crazy or that are on the margins of society actually are pretty normal, and that the people that we think of as normal actually feel and think things that can be on the margins and on the fringes. Surprise, we're all a little bit weird, and we're all a little bit normal. Here's a comment from Virgilius Avshalom. Sorry if I didn't say your name right. Why don't they ever list who the participants are? I'd like to follow some of them on social media. Okay, so here's the thing about putting participants' social media on the channel. We can't always do it because we can't always predict what will happen. A lot of these people, like, again, don't necessarily want to become influencers per se. They might just be living their lives and they just want to do a video today and go on with their lives. A lot of people have gotten hate mail and death threats and sexual harassment by putting their social media handle on a video that gets 12 million views. So it doesn't really make sense for us to do that all the time. But it does make sense for us to do it for our own accounts because we're selfishly self-promoting ourselves all the time. And you can follow me at Hello Mingo. I think that's enough comments for today, don't you think? I've enjoyed every second of this Chansplaining, as I hope you have too. And I will see you in hell.